Hello Cavern fans, how are we tonight? All good I hope. What we're thinking about now. Oleksander Usyk. Is he the man with all the answers to all the questions being asked of a boxer in the boxing ring? Well, it looks like he has been up until now, isn't it? He's got as flawless a record as you could probably imagine. He's done everything that was asked of him at cruiserweight. He's moved up to heavyweight. I think he moved up to heavyweight against Jazz Witherspoon, didn't he? Which I think he forced a 7th round stoppage or 8th round stoppage, somewhere around about there. And then he took on Derek Chisora, who put a lot of pressure on him in that fight, but I felt Usyk won pretty clearly. There was some people shouting that Chisora was getting got robbed on that, but Chisora gave a good account of himself and made it competitive. But if you watch the fight back closely, you'll see that Usyk was the man winning most of the rounds quite comfortably. A bit like when he fought Tony Bellew, his last fight at cruiserweight. Bellew looked like he was competitive for a while, but then Usyk just takes him into deep water and drowns him, doesn't he? Tires him out. You can see how tired Fury was from the midway point in the last fight. His legs weren't there after the probably 6th round or something. You would see his footwork wasn't as good as it used to be. Age, time waits for nobody. Age, Father Time's undefeated, isn't he? So age gets to all fighters in the end. Muhammad Ali, he had to change his style later in his career, didn't he? He wasn't the fleet-footed dancer of the early part of his career. Later on, was he? He could still dance a bit, but not for the full distance. It would be 15 rounds back then. So I mean, Usyk's footwork is incredible. You never see him overextend when he's throwing punches. He never loses his shape. He always holds his shape well. He's been hit on the chin, hasn't been budged. Fury caught him a couple of big uppercuts in the first fight. I think he actually caught him slightly cleaner than what he caught Dillian White with, and he sparked Dillian White out with the uppercut in their fight. Also leading up to the first fight, Fury had never fought anybody really to prepare for Usyk in recent times. The people he had fought had been fairly slow of foot, the likes of Chisora and Dillian White, and then taking on Francis Ngannou. That was Francis Ngannou gave a good account of himself. I don't think Fury took that fight seriously, did he? You could see the difference in shape between him and Ngannou fight and Usyk fight. He was in much better shape for that. So Usyk, there's no question marks about his chin. He's got a solid chin, I would say. At the end of the day, anybody can be hurt. They keep saying he's weak about the body. I've watched that fight back just this past week. Fury landed a lot of body shots on him and didn't fold him in any way, shape or form. And if you watch his training regime, it's unbelievable endurance he puts himself through. So I don't believe he's soft about the body. I mean, anybody can be hit by a body shot, but he's been hit by a lot of body shots and it hasn't really deterred him. He can come out the next round and turn up the heat, can't he? You saw that in the Joshua fights. He's got incredible stamina. So for me, he ticks all the boxes, answers the questions on chin, stamina, about the body. I mean, that Dubois shot that put him down, initially I thought that was a clean body shot, but when I seen the replay, it was clearly, it wasn't in the crown jewels or that, but it was like in the bladder or something. It was low. It was what you would deem low, so I think the ref was right to rule it being low. Could you say he made the most out of it? Well, it took his time. You are allowed 5 minutes and he took that 5 minutes, so I'm guessing he was in a bit of pain. But if it hadn't been deemed low though, I think he would have got up and carried on. we'll never know, because you can't wind the clock back and rewrite history. That's just a fact. But that's what I feel. Power. How big's his power? Well, he hurt Joshua, especially at the end of the 12th round. I think it was the first fight. He hurt him. He sparked out Tony Bellew, knocked him just about out through the ropes, didn't he? He forced a stoppage against Witherspoon. He stunned Chisora a couple of times later in the fight. Chisora's a tough old war horse, isn't he? So, and he had fury all over the place. So I don't think there's anything wrong with his power. He's very accurate with his punches. So, what he might lack an outright one punch knockout power, he makes up for with accuracy and volume, I would say. So, but I don't think there's anything up with his power. There is more powerful guys out there, but I don't think there's anything up with his power. Size. People say he's too small. He's bigger than George Foreman was when he was fighting in the first half of his career. The second half of his career was part 2. Big George was in the 18 stone odd, so he was a bigger, heavier guy then. But in the early days, the Rumble in the Jungle and that, I think George Foreman weighed something like 15 stone 8 or 9, and I think Usyk's weighed as much as 15 stone 11 or 12. So that's more, isn't it? So. And they called George Foreman Big George, didn't they? So Tyson Fury was calling Usyk a middleweight, wasn't he? So middleweight rabbit or whatever he was calling him. So he's been beaten by the middleweight though, hasn't he? So probably if he was being honest, he would tell you how good Usyk really is, isn't he? I think he has done in some interviews, but when he's no shouting and bawling to sell the fight. So I think he's big enough. Like I say, he's got a good enough chin. His power's decent. So could he be the boxer in the heavyweight division that answers all the questions? So we'll find out on the 21st of December if Tyson Fury can ask some new questions Usyk that he's never seen before. But I guess that since he's had 350 amateur fights, I think he's at 22 or 23 pro fights now, he's probably seen every style, or most styles that's out there, isn't he? So I think he probably is the man with all the answers, Oleksander Usyk. So that's another wee video for the night, and hope you're all good out there. Thanks again for liking and subscribing. Remember, boxers in need. And anything else that helps out in boxing. So, okay, guys, it's after the witching hour again, burning the midnight oil. So, time for bed. So, hope you're all well out there, guys. Take care. All the best. Cheers.